Good morning all, and another morning heading out to work, so another video. So I was going to do a video based on the fuel protests winding down here in Ireland, but instead something came up there a couple of hours ago actually, that I find needs to be talked about, and it's all over the internet right now, which is this AI generated picture of Donald Trump in the pose of Jesus Christ. So what's going on here? Well, that's a very good question. I'm Irish. I'm from Dublin. I was born and raised a Roman Catholic. I don't practice my faith directly, but I regularly attend church, not to go to services, but just to sit in a nice quiet place and just reflect. I pray quite regularly, and I feel I have a very personal relationship with the spiritual. And the majority of Irish people, I think, that I have talked to are either don't really think about religion that much anymore, or they have a very personal relationship with it. The days of the Roman Catholic Church having a stranglehold on Irish society are long since gone. Mainly because of church scandals that took place in the 1990s. But looking at what's going on in the MAGA movement with regards to Trump, I don't understand what in the name of God is going through people's heads. It's just crazy that people would just go along with this. The image in particular strikes me as being very, very insulting towards anybody of a Christian faith, whether you be Roman Catholic, whether you be one of the Protestant groups or Orthodox. Like, it is just beyond the pale, to be quite honest. Trump is seen in the guise of a messianic figure who's reaching out and with a glowing aura coming from his hands towards someone lying sick or ill upon the bed, with adoring and awestruck representatives of various different groups in America around him, looking on in a quite loving way, and then with all the typical iconography of the United States scattered around him: jet fighters, Statue of Liberty, the flag. So Trump himself said that this image is supposed to be him as a doctor. I don't know what doctors are like in the States, but here in Ireland, doctors don't usually heal people by touching them with glowing fingers. So it's a very flimsy and very ridiculous response to this image that he's come out with. The backlash has been very, very severe on him. The picture itself was taken down almost immediately after being put up, but the damage was already done. Once on the net, it always stays on the net. So the general population in the States, as far as I can tell from here in Dublin, have reacted quite negatively against this, and rightly so. Guys, mixing religion with politics is a fierce bad idea. Alright, you just have to go back in history to the time of the Spanish Inquisition, to the time of the witch trials here in Europe, even the witch trials in Salem, Massachusetts, to see how this can turn out really, really badly. Here in Ireland, of course, religion has been heavily connected to our idea of national identity and nationalism. Particularly since the foundation of our state in 1922. To be Roman Catholic was to be Irish and vice versa. This left us with a very bad legacy of persecution against those who were Protestant, those who were of different religions, and which thankfully, on the whole, except for some people who are jumping on the bandwagon of anti-Islamic feeling, who are that is emanating out of the United States and the UK. The vast majority of Irish people don't really care what religion you are. I have friends who are Irish Jews, I have friends who are Irish Muslims, I have friends who are Irish Russian Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, but it makes absolutely no difference to people like me. Maybe the older generation are a little bit more aware and a little bit more sensitive towards this, but people who are younger than I am, this doesn't even register these days. Why did we go from being very religiously orientated towards basically taking religion on as a more personal part of someone's life? Well, that emanated out of a series of church scandals in the 1990s, and various different things from various religious leaders having secret families, to church sex scandals involving minors, to the vile practices within an organisation called the Mandolin Laundries, where single women were basically, who had gotten pregnant, were treated basically as a slave caste by the nuns who worked there, and their children were taken from them and put up for adoption in the States or the UK. The very dark chapters in our history, all told, and situations which we still talk about today, and which we still are very much in our consciousness now, even though a lot of these practices would have taken place 40 to 50 years ago, if not older. So yes, religion and politics are not a good mix. My personal view is that the various churches should be there to advise, monitor and call out government, not there to set policy. But anyway, that's my perspective on this whole vile situation with regards to that AI picture. Have a nice day.